Hey guys, it's me, Poopy Mans here, and today I'm going to be using the archers. I've been meaning to use the archers in my deck for a while now, but I just haven't been able to figure out what I was doing wrong, and I think I figured it out. If I have Tombstone in my deck, I give too much arrows value because arrows is such a big spell, it's almost impossible to not give value if you have two or more cards that are like weak to arrows. So I swapped it out for the cannon, and so far I've been doing a pretty good job. I did pretty well against people with it, with the arrows. Skeleton dragons, people say are bad. I don't think they're that bad, but maybe they need a buff. I don't know. Archers, people have not been saying that they need a buff, and I don't think they need any more buffs. I think that they needed the buff though. They were really bad beforehand. Like they were worse than skeleton drags personally. This also makes my deck a lot better against E-Giant because Tombstone isn't that good. So I split archers, play E-Wiz and Cannon to kill the Prince. He freezes with Executioner, and then after he does that, I'm like, he's pretty minus because he played 3 cards and I played 3 cards, but my cards were 3, 3, and 4, and his cards were 5, 5, and 4. So he has to be like -4 right now. So then he Hog Riders at, four, at 0 pretty much. So now instead of Gianting, I get the Mighty Miner on it. And while it still gets a hit, it only gets 1 hit because of the little extra cannon shot and the little kite it does to give my Princess Tower some extra shots. So then I giant in front of my thing, and I'm only -3 now. So then I play archers for his musketeer. And then I decide to fireball on the musketeer. Or do I arrows? I think I arrows, yeah. I arrows so I can hit the Dark Prince and the musketeer, not understanding that the Dark Prince was going to die anyways. I should have just fireballed, honestly. Honestly, no, because now I'm even where I would have been minus if I fireballed. So now I get to push my advantage even harder then. I could have ability and get a little bit of chip damage on the other side, but I don't think it was worth the 1 elixir. He says well played. Oh, I don't know why I had it on half speed, guys. I'm sorry about that. He princes, I battle ram. Since I battle rammed, I'm like, I'll just cannon and fireball the Prince and Executioner. And then all archers very low. And then he freezes, but the archer's kited so the other tower can shoot for it, and one of the archers lives and kills the Executioner faster. He only got 2 Executioner swings on that push, so I'm pretty much set. And then he hogs into my archer before it's even in range. So I get, which was going to die to the tower anyways, so he pretty much just gave me free value from that archer. I Mighty Miner and E-Wiz. He guard princes and princes, so I go for an offensive cannon. I know it looks pretty stupid, but honestly, it killed a 5 elixir card for 3 elixir. So who's really the stupid one? I battle ram and giant. The battle ram kills the musketeer and whittles down the prince, or kills the prince, pretty much. Not really. It still is on 1 HP and gets a dash on my Mighty Miner. But anyways, he can't do anything. And I nom him. Alrighty, the next game is why I really like using the cannon instead of Tombstone. It's better against E-Giant. It's worse against the Monk, but he doesn't really take advantage of that in this game. Honestly, even though it looks like my deck gets hard countered by Monk, the E-Wizard honestly is enough to make it where it's not that bad of a matchup. Because sure, my Mighty Miner's not going to be doing any damage to it, but I will be tanking for my E-Wiz to do damage to it, and my E-Wiz will be stunning it so it gets knocked back less, making it do more damage. So sure, it's an 8 for 5 trade, but for the counter push that you get off of it, it's pretty worth. So yeah, I cycled to my cannon as fast as I could the moment he played E-Giant. I played my Mighty Miner knowing that the Giant was going to be tanking for the Monk. It didn't take it down all the way, but you know, I got rid of some of it. And then for these guards and monks, my only option is the defensive battle ram. Which, don't get me wrong, do not underestimate the defensive battle ram. Oh. And then the E-Giants here, I can't get back to cannon, so I just archers. And then E-Wiz, and then try to get something off of the counter push. By playing a giant. And then he mirrors E-Giant, which is like, why? I'm back to my cannon now. He plays bats and log, which is not that ideal for him. But, you know, you do you. That's what happens when you're super minus and stuff. Or when you're super aggressive for no reason. And then we're basically back even. I'm a little bit higher. So I Mighty Miner in the back because it's like it's not going to get that much value anyways. I archers are in the guards. He arrows even though he could have just abilitied. I don't know why he didn't. Oh, because the Mighty Miner would have been able to ramp up and then... But I got to play the E-Wiz Mighty Miner combo I was talking about. I battle ram in the opposite lane because I know all he has for his bats. And I get a bunch of damage in both lanes. And now I'm like, I know I'm a little bit ahead. And I'm actually not, I'm minus, but now I'm not, or now I'm back to normal. So, I don't think this guy knows how to use his ability because he tries to reflect the E-Wiz damage, but it just doesn't do that. If you didn't know, it only reflects projectiles. So anything that's like a little zappy energy thing, like the Tesla or E-Wiz, it doesn't reflect. Oh. And then I lost to this dude, but honestly, I would have lost to him if I had a Tombstone Skeleton Drags. I'm just gonna play this at ×2 speed. I Mighty Miner, he witches. I just don't have any answer for a witch and a wizard, and I don't have any. And he has Prince, Inferno Tower, Goblin Gang, all for my giant and battle ram, so I can't do anything about those. So it's just like, what am I supposed to do? I'm just fucked, pretty much. And then he has, oh yeah, he also has arrows for my archers, so I can't even get like good archers value. I tried to cannon, then I have a full HP Prince on my tower. It doesn't take it out, but like at that point I'm like, okay, good game. Fireball on king. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh well. So that is a weakness. If they do have multiple tank killers and arrows, then you're pretty much screwed. But other than that, you're pretty much set with the archers compared to the skeleton drags being one elixir cheaper, only doing a little bit less damage. The main thing that you're paying less for is the less HP, and that's very noticeable in this arrows heavy metal, because the archers weren't the only thing that were buffed. It was also the firecracker, which is the other big card that dies to arrows. So it's actually worth to run arrows now, not just for one card but for two. So both of the cards become weaker due to them becoming stronger. Honestly, I still think archers are worth playing in decks that take advantage of them. I think my deck can take advantage of them, but what is it? Deck Shop Pro disagrees. It says that my deck doesn't have much synergy. It does say my offense is godly and my defense is great, which I would agree with that assessment, that my offense is better than my defense, not necessarily how strong it is. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would say that my deck has a little bit more synergy than it first seems. Like the cannon and archers can synergize with the battle ram tank or kiting for them. And then same thing with, and the Mighty Miner and Ewas help each other out, because the Mighty Miner will get knocked back less by things that the Ewas is stunning. And then Giant Battle Ram is just like a combo that people do not expect to be super good, but just is. Like, when the Battle Ram breaks, you can have the Battle Ram tank for the Giant, and then when it breaks, the Archer Tower will retarget to the Giant instead of the Barbarians, because there's a split second where the Barbarians aren't there and they're still spawning, and but the Battle Ram is destroyed. So then the Giant will tank for the Battle Ram, kind of like a mini graveyard, where but on top of that, the Battle Ram helps the Giant out by breaking defensive buildings, doing tanking for it for a little bit, not for super long, obviously, but for a little bit. And it costs less than a graveyard, where the graveyard is very good offensively, very stupid, like insanely good offensively, mind you, but it's not as good defensively. It's not as good synergistically with the Giant. That's kind of my thoughts on my deck right now. I'm gonna stop this video before I ramble on for too long.